Today is a very auspicious day, Shri Guru Purnima, full moon day of Ashar month, also called the Guru Purnima because on today's Tithi, lunar day, Srila Vyasadeva, he is one avatar of Supreme Lord Shakti-Avesh avatar, appeared in this world on this day. And also Srila Sanatan Goswami's Disappearance day is also today, very auspicious day. And some devotees, they will start Chaturmasya Vrata from today. So you can start on Ekadashi, you can start on Dvadashi, or you can start on Purnima. All are correct according to scriptures. So they are our gurus, previous gurus. We daily remember Vyasadeva in our Guru Parampara. From Krishna, Brahma got that knowledge. Then from Brahma, Narad got. And from Narad, Vyasadeva got. And then it comes down to our Gurudev, that same knowledge. Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana. So Vyasadeva is our previous Guru, so we should observe this. And in India, all sorts of followers of Vedic scriptures, karmis, jnanis, yogis, and devotees, bhaktas, all are worshipping Vyasadeva today. He is the Guru of all because he wrote all the Vedic scriptures. He did not create, but he wrote down, and through some pastime also it was manifested. So our Gurudev, he wrote in the book Puranik Charitavali about him. It is a very long history, so I cannot read everything, just main points I will try to remember. In Bhagavatam, in Vishnu Puran, in Mahabharata and other scriptures, his glories are mentioned. So one verse is from Bhagavatam, Tatah Saptadasha Jatah Satyavatyam Parasharat Chakre Veda Taro Shaka Drishto Pungshol Pameda Saha. Thereafter, as the 17th avatar of Godhead, descent of God, but he is Shakti Avesh, means empowered by God, God working through him, so non-different from God, that potency is there. So he is the 17th. Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parashara Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent. So he helped them in this way. And also another from Bhagavatam, spoken by Sri Shukadeva Goswami, Vichitra Viryas Chava Rajo Namna Chitrangado Hatah Yasyam Parasharat Shakshat Avatirno Hareh Kala. Vichitra Virya, the younger brother of Chitrangada, was killed by a Gandharva who was also named Chitrangada. Satyavati, the daughter of a boatman, gave birth to the master authority of the Vedas, Vyasadeva, known as Krishna Dvaipayan Vedavyas, by union with Parashara Muni. So, Satyavati is a daughter of one boatman. So one day Parashara Rishi Muni, very powerful, you can find also here, he wanted to cross that river and she was available at that time, and they were alone on that boat. So suddenly, by the will of God, they were attracted to each other, and she was also having bad smell, Matsya Gandha. Her body was smelling like fish. But by the blessing of Parashara Rishi, she became very fragrant. That body became fragrant and she was grateful and everything. So they united and she became pregnant. Then when she gave birth to Vyasadeva, it was on an island. Dvip is called island. So because he was born on island, he is Dvaipayan. And because he was of blackish complexion, he is Krishna. So together Krishna Dvaipayan, Veda Vyas. You will find more details if you read the book. So Vyasadeva is not ordinary person. We are reading now Bhagavad Gita, that Sanjay is speaking to Dhritarashtra, but they are in the palace. Dhritarashtra is blind from birth, and Sanjay, they were not there on the Kurukshetra, that field. But by the blessing of Vyasadeva, Sanjay could see, like on television, what is going on there, and he was speaking to Dhritarashtra. So by this blessing, by this power, and Dhritarashtra is also one of the sons of Vyasadeva. 3 sons, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidur. Because Satyavati, his mother, he requested, because one son died, and before he could produce children in his wife, so then he came. Because when Vyasadeva was born, he told to her mother Satyavati, I will not stay with you. I have to do austerities, but whenever you will remember me, I will come, whenever you will need me. So at that time when this happened, you will find more details in book. That time she remembered and she requested him, you please produce children, otherwise our dynasty will be lost. So he agreed, and 2 wives were there left. One was with another Shalva, 2 wives, but one was afraid, seeing, and became pale. So that is why her son became Pandu, which means pale. And another one was one was scared, and yes, one was scared. So from her came Dhritarashtra, and Vyasadeva told, because of the fault of this, her mother, he will have to be blind when born, because mother should be happy when conceiving and all this. But they were afraid. He's a great sage, and also he was old and matted locks of hair and all this. So one was scared, another was also frightened and also morose and pale. And when Mother Satyavati again requested one of these wives for one more son, then she did not come, but sent another maidservant. And that maidservant was fully surrendered to Vyasadeva. So from her, very nice child came, Vidur, great devotee. But there is also history why Vidur had to be born from a maidservant. He was cursed. All you will find in this Puranic Charitabali, in other biographies, but I cannot tell everything now. Time is limited. Today also some technical problem happened. That is why my video is strange, and we started late. But I have to remember, because the first teaching Gurudev gave me was everything happens by the will of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Nothing can happen without His will, and He's all good. So we have to see His grace in all circumstances. That is the first teaching, because Gurudev is not different from Vyasadeva and not different from Sanatan Goswami. Same realization, because truth is one. Those who realize truth, they are Guru. So they are giving us the truth. That is Guru. Remove our ignorance and give us actual knowledge, actual vision. So also, when Vyasadeva was writing Mahabharata, is very long, and he invited Sri Ganesh, demigod, that half man, half elephant. There is also history why he has elephant head and all this, because he was sleeping with head to north side. That is not auspicious. It is not good. Then whole history there, but this was the cause. So we should not sleep with our head on north. You can sleep on east side or south, but not on north or west. That is not auspicious. So Ganesh came and he said, yes, I will write. Vyasadeva said, I will speak, I will dictate, and you will write. Then Ganesh said, yes, I will write, but if you will stop dictating, then I will also stop writing and I will not continue. So continuously you have to speak. Then Vyasadeva thought, okay, then, but you can write the verse only after understanding the verse. If you don't understand, then you cannot write and you cannot go further. Then Ganesh said, yes, okay. So they were writing, and Vyasadeva had to sometimes make some very difficult verses to understand. Then that time Ganesh had to think much, and Vyasadeva could get some rest that time. So some verses in Mahabharata are there, which are called Vyasa Kuta. They are those complicated verses because of this reason. So he is not ordinary person. And also, after Kurukshetra war, this Bhagavad Gita Kurukshetra war, many ladies, the wives of those who were dead, they were lamenting. But Vyasadeva, by his mystical power, he could show them the souls of the husbands, that they are all right, they are still existing. They were not in those bodies, but they were souls and they could recognize. So their lamentation was gone. So Guru, or one empowered by God, has such powers, extraordinary, no human being can have. And how he appeared, and also how he made these 3 children, there is a whole history. You will have to read the book, or if we get some other time, then I can read. So by the union of Parashari Rishi and Satyavati, he was born, and he had this Dhritarashtra, Pandu and Vidur as sons. And Mahaprabhu told that Vedavyas wrote Vedas and he has no any faults of conditioned souls. What he wrote is perfect. And this is the most important point also. In Vyasadev's life, he was teaching by his own example that after writing Vedas and dividing them into 4 categories, and all Upanishads are there and Brahmanas, and then also Vedanta Sutra he wrote, and also he wrote Mahabharata, but he was unsatisfied. Then he did not know why, playing the pastime to give us teaching. So he remembered his Guru Narad. Then Narad came in Badrikashram, and Narad asked him, "Oh Vyasa, how is your soul in relation to your body and mind?" This is how he asked. Because to ask soul how she is useless, because soul is always blissful. And to ask body or mind, their inert matter, to ask how are you is useless. So how is your soul in relation or in connection with body and mind? Ask. Then Vyasa, you know everything, Gurudev, because Guru knows everything, what is in our heart. I am unhappy. I wrote all these scriptures for the benefit of the people, but I am unhappy. Why is it so? Then Narad said, what you did? He said, people, they want to do some piety, good works, so that they can have economic development and fulfillment of their desires. And also after that, they want to go to higher planetary systems or like this. So I wrote that to give them way. Then Narad said, you did all wrong, because jivas, naturally they have, that is their diseased condition. They have all these desires and you have increased their disease. How you can be happy? You have given them disturbance, not peace. Then he said, but I also wrote about liberation, to merge yourself into impersonal Brahman. Then Narad said, that is even worse, because you have deprived them of the service of Krishna for all time. That is like suicidal act. They will get no happiness. You should write about Krishna. Then he said, I did write about Krishna in Mahabharata, and Gita is there inside. Then Narad said, yes, you wrote, but that is some other target. For liberation is there. About devotion to Krishna, it is not clearly written. So you will have to write for Krishna satisfaction. Krishna is supreme bliss. By getting in contact with him, jivas can be happy through service. Then you will get bliss and you can give to others, otherwise not. So then Narad gave 4 verses of Bhagavatam, those Chatushloki, and Vyasadeva was meditating, and in that meditation he saw Supreme Lord Shri Krishna along with his internal potency. He also saw his external potency Maya, and he saw marginal potency Jiva. And he saw when Jiva is averse to Krishna, then Maya envelopes Jiva. Although Jiva remains transcendental, but now covered, enveloped by Maya, and is getting all these sufferings. Birth, death, old age, disease, threefold afflictions. And the only way how she can be released from this is through devotion to Krishna. So he saw this actually, practically, directly he saw. Then he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam with all the Leelas of Krishna and his different avatars, and clearly it is mentioned about pure devotion to Krishna and rejecting all other motives for dharma, artha, kama, moksha, he wrote. Then, and also about biographies of pure devotees and examples, and so many you will find in Bhagavatam. After that, he got eternal bliss. Krishna was fully satisfied, and Vyasadeva was also fully satisfied after that. That is why Mahaprabhu told, you only need to read Bhagavatam. You start there. Kali Yuga is very short, so don't waste time. Go directly to Bhagavatam and read Bhagavatam and follow Bhagavatam under the guidance of pure devotee. And also his son, Shukadev Goswami, when he was born, he started running away, and Vyasadeva was calling Putra Putra. But this was not material affection. It was because Shukadev Goswami is a great saint, great realized soul. So later on, Vyasadeva, through some woodcutters in the forest, he taught them some verses of Bhagavatam, and they were loudly speaking. Then Shukadev Goswami became attracted and he came back, and they took him to his father. Then he learned Bhagavatam from his father, and then he spoke to Parikshit Maharaj, and everything is there written. So it is stated in Shastra that Vyas may know Bhagavatam and may not know. because sometimes he's playing the pastimes of not knowing, sometimes playing the pastimes of knowing, or sometimes it is revealed by Krishna through someone which even he does not know, but he's teaching others and he himself is getting. That like a medium is there. So in this way also it is there. And in Padma Puran, Vyasadeva spoke the glories of hearing Bhagavatam for 7 days. You know that story of Gokarna, that history about Bhagavat Saptaha. That is also spoken by Vyasadeva and throughout Puranas. So, in Bhagavatam there is Pranam mantra. Namastasmai Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Papur Jnanam Ayam Somya Yan Mukham Buru Hasavam. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Vyasadeva, the avatar of Vasudeva Krishna, who compiled the Vedic scriptures. The pure devotees drink up the nectar of transcendental knowledge, dropping from the lotus-like mouth of the Lord. And another one from Bhagavatam, Naradah praha munaye sarasvatya state nripa dhyayate brahma paramam vyasayamita tejase. O king, the unlimitedly brilliant sage Vyasadeva, sitting on the bank of river Saraswati, was meditating upon Lord Krishna, and there he learned this Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Narad through the disciplic succession. So Gurudev also mentioned, although all karmis, jnanis, yogis, they are also worshipping Vyasadeva, but not in the same way as devotees do. They see their eternal relation with him as Guru. So, today is his appearance day. You will find more details in the book. So I am bowing down to Srila Vyasadeva, praying to forgive me for all my offenses which I may have committed knowingly or unknowingly to his lotus feet, and praying his causeless mercy to bestow service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object to worship, Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Today is also the disappearance day of also one our previous Guru, Sanatan Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatan Goswami in Krishna Lila his Rati Manjari or Lavanga Manjari, very dear to Radharani, very dear to Lalita and Rupa Manjari, following Rupa Manjari, their most intimate associates. So one can see they are from Golok Vrindavan, but when they have to come to this world to assist in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so you can see in his life, his grandfather Mukunda, he was working for one Muslim ruler, which later on, first there was one Muslim ruler and he engaged many slaves and all those from some region. So then his son became next ruler, and his son became next ruler, and that ruler, that son, those eunuchs and slaves and all those, they made that coup in English, or revolution. They killed their ruler and they became the ruler. And Sanatan Goswami was working for that ruler who was killed, assassinated. But he survived somehow. He survived, and those who were rulers, these Hafsis, they accepted Hussein Shah for their ruler. And later, Sanatan Goswami was also working for this Hussein Shah as a prime minister, because he was very capable, intelligent, very competent person. So he was a prime minister, topmost position in that Hussein Shah. And so he had to undergo this. Manjari from Golok Vrindavan had to undergo such things. I don't know how they are experiencing this. They know everything, so they see how this world is going on. All the times fighting and all these false egos. So then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I'm telling in short, you will find all details in the book because time is limited here. When Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Vrindavan, then he came to Ramkeli village where Rupa and Sanatan, they were living. At that time their name was Sakar Malik and Dabir Khas. Dabir Khas, Rupa Goswami. Sakar Malik, their Muslim names, Sanatan. Then when they heard, they came to him, and first they met his all associates, Nityananda, Haridas and others. Then they took them to Mahaprabhu, and with great humbleness, they submitted themselves to Mahaprabhu. We are lowest of all. Although they were born in Brahmin, family high, but they were working for Muslims and going to Muslim houses and all this. So, yes, I forgot to tell, before Mukunda's grandfather of Sanatan, he was working for that Fateh Shah who was killed later. So when grandfather died, then Sanatan got that job instead of his grandfather. But the father of Sanatan, he was so much against Muslims, even he did not enter into any Muslim's house. But Sanatan Goswami was working for them. So this is all lila, we cannot understand. But this world is always going on. Wars and fighting because of false ego, forest fire, all this is going on all the time. Cheating, all things going on. Then they submitted very humbly to Mahaprabhu and praying for his grace to rescue them from such abominable state. Then Mahaprabhu said yes. They wanted to come with him. Mahaprabhu said not now. Later, when I will go to Vrindavan, you can join me, because that time Mahaprabhu was returning to Puri because he had too much people with him. Sanatan Goswami also advised him to go on pilgrimage with such a large number of people is not appropriate. So Mahaprabhu accepted and went back. So then later on, Sanatan Goswami was feeling the desire to renounce that post, and Rupa Goswami also renounced. He was also engaged for that same ruler, some position. Then Rupa Goswami, somehow he could release himself, but Sanatan Goswami could not, because Hussein Shah was loving him so much. He was so competent. So Sanatan Goswami thought, if I can make him angry, then that will be more easy to cut. So he stopped working. He didn't come to job. He said, I am sick. So he was not coming. But in reality, he was studying Bhagavatam with some scholars in his home. Then Hussein Shah became suspicious, and he came to his house and saw that he's actually all right. And he was trying very much to convince him to come back, but Sanatan Goswami refused. And he said, now I will go to attack Orissa, so you should come with me. Then Sanatan Goswami said, no, why you want to attack the land of Jagannath and killing his servants? That is, I will not go. So then Hussein Shah put him in prison. And Gurudev explained, it is not in the book, but Gurudev explained, not because he was disturbed that he is not working anymore, but he was afraid that if Hussein Shah will be fighting there in Orissa, because Sanatan Goswami is so capable man, then he may try to get his position as a ruler of Bengal. He was afraid of his own position, that Sanatan Goswami will overtake him. For that reason, he put him in prison. Because conditioned souls always thinking like this, especially those who are in some position, they are always in tension. Someone will take and like this, or people will try to kill me or something. They have position and we think they are enjoying, but actually they are always in tension, not happy. So then Sanatan Goswami was in prison, and you know, because Rupa Goswami told him, you anyhow you try to escape. So means is justified by the end. Sanatan, if end is good, then any means may be accepted, if end is right. So Sanatan Goswami was telling to that jailer, I gave you this job. I gave you favor, so you now return a favor to me. You release me. Then the jailer said, no, I cannot. Then Sanatan Goswami said, no, you are like a saint. You are a living saint. So flattering. You are a living saint. If you release one person, then how much piety you will get. You should think about this. Then the jailer said, no, I cannot. Then Sanatan Goswami said, okay, I have some money. I will give you gold coins, like bribe, giving bribe. That person still was, after hearing about money, he little was like thinking like this. Then Sanatan Goswami brought directly 7,000. First he said, I will give you 5,000 gold coins. Then he said, then he brought directly, physically in front of that jailer, 7,000 gold coins. And when seeing that gold, conditioned souls were attracted by this. We think money is everything, gold is everything. So this is our requirement. So after seeing, he got very greedy, and then he said, yes, but I'm afraid ruler will kill me. Then Sanatan Goswami said, no, you don't worry. You tell to the king that I went to toilet near Ganga. Then suddenly I jumped into Ganga and I was drowned and you could not find me. So it is like this. And he said, I will not remain here in this place. So you don't worry. I will become Muslim mendicant, Sufi, and I will go to Mecca. Like this, lying, bribing, asking for favor, flattery, everything he did. Why? Target is correct. Otherwise, these are immoral activities. But for proper target, they can be used. And no one is harmed also. So then Sanatan Goswami was released, and he was going with that Ishan, his servant. And Ishan had 8 gold coins with him. He did not say to Sanatan Goswami. Then when they were trying to cross one mountain, they did not know. Then one landowner there, he had some palmist, and that palmist understood that this Ishan has 8 gold coins. So Sanatan Goswami requested, you please take me across this mountain. Then that landowner said, yes, surely we will take you. But today you should first take some rest here in this house and take good food and all this. Great hospitality he gave. But Sanatan Goswami was in politics for so long time that he could understand there is something suspicious here. So he thought there is something. Then he asked Ishan, you have any money with you? He said, yes, I have 7 gold coins. Then he said, you give me. And Sanatan Goswami immediately gave that 7 gold coins to that landowner and said, you take this. Then that landowner admitted, okay, you are very good. You are yourself giving money. Actually, I wanted to kill you tonight to take that money, but you yourself are giving, so you are very good. I will take you across that mountain. No need for this money. Then Sanatan will say, no, you take it. If you will not take it, then someone else will try to kill me. So I will not take. Then they crossed that mountain, and then Sanatan Goswami said, why you brought this? No, even before said, these 7 gold coins. Why you brought this death with us? Kal Jam, that Yamaraj, why you brought him? And then later on, Sanatan Goswami said, you have still something? Then he said, yes, I have 1 gold coin. Then Sanatan Goswami said, you are not fit to renounce this world because you are depending on money. You think that will save you, so you are not fit to renounce this world. So Sanatan Goswami sent him home, and he went himself to Varanasi, where he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now I am telling very quickly because time is limited. There are so many details. Nice. You will find in the book. And Mahaprabhu accepted him very happily. And there in Varanasi, Mahaprabhu taught him for 2 months. Sanatan Goswami played the pastime of sincere aspirant and Mahaprabhu as guru. So Sanatan Goswami said, all people, they are respecting me, that I am very learned and everything. Mahaprabhu said, yes, you are a very competent person and you are knowing so many languages and everything. Yes, it is right. Then Sanatan Goswami said, yes, but I think I am a fool because I don't know who I am and why I have to suffer these 3-fold miseries from body, mind, from other living entities and natural calamities. You please tell me, and what is the goal of life? What is the process to attain it? Sanatan Goswami inquired, and Mahaprabhu would reply to him, Jiber Sarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas, Krishna Tatashta Shakti Beda Bed Prakash. Krishna Bhuli Seiji Ponadi Bahirmu Kote Mayatarde Sangsar Duk. Every jiva is eternal servant of Krishna, being his marginal potency, simultaneously different and non-different from him, as potency cannot remain separate from the potent, but is subordinate. And when Jiva, by the misuse of her relative independence, becomes averse to Krishna, then she is enveloped by Maya, and because of that she has to undergo all these sufferings. Then, Sadhu Shastra Kripai Jodi Krishna Unmukho Hoy, Sei Jip Nistare Maya Tahare Charai. Sadhu Shastra Kripa Jodi Krishna Unmukho Hoy, Sei Jip Nistare Maya Tahare Charai. If by the grace of bona fide Shastra, scripture, and pure devotees, Jiva becomes inclined to serve Krishna, then that Jiva will be liberated from Maya. Maya will give him up, will release him, and he will get all happiness. When one is happy, all happiness in the service of Krishna. When one is happy, there is no question of any suffering. So Mahaprabhu replied to him, and then in details he was explaining about our relation with Krishna, who is Krishna, his different avatars and realms, everything he explained to him. For 2 months he was explaining. Then about the process, devotion to him, and about the ultimate goal of life, Krishna Prema. And then also he explained in 61 ways that Atmarama Shlok from Bhagavatam. And there also he narrated one pastime of Narad and that hunter to show the glory of associating with pure devotee, that even such a cruel person can be changed by the grace of pure devotee. Everyone can be changed. So such is the glory of sadhu. Then Mahaprabhu ordered him that he should serve Krishna by writing scriptures explaining devotion, devotional Siddhanta, and also excavate lost holy places in Vrindavan, and to establish deity worship, and also to write a book about the behavior and rules and regulations following of devotees for devotee society. So Sanatan Goswami, on the order of Mahaprabhu, he wrote Hari Bhakti Vilas, all the rules and regulations there. Then he wrote Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It's a very good book. There all Bhakti Siddhanta is there, by giving all examples of different devotees. And he established the worship of deity Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan in Vrindavan. And he also revealed many holy places there in Vrindavan. And Sanatan Goswami also came to Puri and was staying with Haridas Thakur. And they were speaking about Krishna all the time. And Sanatan Goswami got some disease in his body when going through that forest drinking some bad water. He thought, now my body is useless, and if some servants of Jagannath will touch me, I will commit offense. And Mahaprabhu is all the time embracing me. It is not good. Better I should give up my life. I will throw myself under the wrath of Jagannath, under the wheel, and I will give up. Mahaprabhu understood everything, and he said, he said to Haridas, you see Haridas about Sanatan. He wants to destroy another man's property. His body is my body. Already he surrendered to me, and now he wants to destroy another man's property. What is this? Then Mahaprabhu said to Sanatan, if I could attain Krishna by giving up my body, I would million times give up my body. But that is not possible by committing suicide. Only by bhajan one can attain Krishna. And I have so many things to do through your body. So you should not. Then Sanatan was, and he embraced him and made him healthy. And so many details there, in short I'm telling. Then for some time Sanatan Goswami was staying in Puri. Then he went to Vrindavan and he was doing that service given by Mahaprabhu, fully dedicated. And even when Raghunath Das Goswami, when Mahaprabhu disappeared already in Puri, Raghunath Das Goswami, in separation from Mahaprabhu, he wanted to give up his life by throwing himself off the Govardhan hill. So when he came to Govardhan and he met Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, there he felt that Mahaprabhu is here living in them, because they are dedicated so much to him. He felt the presence of Mahaprabhu there, so he gave up that desire to give up his life and was working under them in Vrindavan. So Sanatan Goswami also many times got darshan of Krishna there in Vrindavan when he was circumambulating Govardhan, and in Ramanareti, and there. And Radharani once came to Rupa Goswami because he was cooking for Sanatan Goswami. All these details you will find in the book of Gurudev. So on today's day, Srila Sanatan Goswami made the pastimes of disappearing from this world, and his samadhi you will find near Radha Madan Mohan. Down from that hill on left side, you will find his samadhi mandir, and also there is some samadhi of books there, Grantha Samadhi, those old books which were like becoming deteriorated, so they made samadhi of those books. So Sanatan Goswami disappeared today, so I'm bowing down to him and to kindly forgive requesting, praying to him to kindly forgive me for all offenses which I may have committed knowingly or unknowingly to his lotus feet, and pray for his causeless mercy to bestow service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object of worship, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. And non-different from Vyasadeva and Sanatan Goswami is Gurudev. Non-different, appearing in that preceptorial channel, same teaching, same realization. So I did not see Vyasadeva and not Sanatan Goswami, but I saw Gurudev. So I am bowing down to Gurudev and praying his causeless mercy to forgive all offenses and to bestow service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object of worship, Shri, his Gurudev and whole Guru Parampara and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. So, first teaching I got from Gurudev was this. In my first meeting, Gurudev said, everything that depends on the will of Supreme Lord Shri Krishna. Everything is happening by his will and he is all good. And Gurudev is living in that realization. And he gave me one drop of that. At that time, I became fully peaceful and blissful by Gurudev's grace. So, a bona fide Guru is very rare in this world. There are many so-called Gurus who will take money from their disciples. But there are rare Gurus who will take suffering away from their disciples by prescribing devotion to Krishna. They themselves are doing devotion to Krishna. Gurudev explained to me on this Guru Purnima topic. He wrote to me in one letter also that Guru is not thinking I am some competent person and I am rescuing others. No. Guru is servant of Krishna. Krishna loves all jivas and doesn't want to see them suffering in this world, being averse to him. He always wants they should come to him for his service out of compassion he wants. But they have their relative independence. He does not interfere. So they want to enjoy. So Krishna has to give all this. But if they will willingly come to Krishna, then Krishna will be happy, like lost son coming to father. And bona fide Guru, he has no any other target except to satisfy Krishna. So he knows Krishna will be satisfied if I can bring these jivas to submit to Krishna for his service. I should try to persuade them, to convince them. Then Krishna will be happy. So they are actually doing service of Krishna. One who does service of Krishna can inspire others to do service of Krishna. No one else. So Guru, today is Guru Purnima, Guru's only business is to satisfy Krishna. They are satisfying Krishna. They are worshipping him, serving him, and also trying to bring others to the service of Krishna to satisfy Krishna, not for any other target. Worldly, some name and fame, money or anything. No, they have no taste for this. No any desire. Their only desire is to serve Krishna. So by serving as gurus, they are actually serving Krishna. By serving Krishna, they are inspiring others to serve Krishna. So we need the association of such real bona fide guru to become inspired to serve Krishna, and we should take shelter of him and take initiation from him and guidance from him, and should worship Krishna under his guidance. That is our duty as a human beings. We should do this. So I am praying for causeless mercy of Srila Gurudev and all gurus appearing in preceptorial channel, and Supreme Lord is the original Guru. I am praying their all grace. Tomorrow we'll hear further.